Hello everyone, and this is the first video I'm doing using another camera, and for this I'm trying it out on my acquisition from several months ago. This is the Hornby BattleZone electric train set, and this is a companion. I will link to the video that a friend from the UK, John, his name is Chambs, CHMBS123, does an amazing amount of videos on Hornby, Triang, all various trains. He's kind of become a not spirit guide to me, but he's, through his videos, taught me quite a good bit of history on the Hornby, Triang trains, as well as how to repair them. So I've gotten quite a number of my older Hornby and Triang trains up and running. And through him, he has the companion set video on YouTube, and Hornby came out with this BattleZone as well as the Hornby Dyno Safari, and set up almost the same. As you can see, it has the diesel shunter, a couple of Lomax, whereas in the Dyno Safari it had crates and dinosaurs. This has tanks, a couple of all-terrain Hummers. Like the Dyno Safari, it has the bunker, but it's been it's almost exactly the same as the Dyno Safari, whereas in this case it's got a rocket launcher, which is similar to the one in Dyno Safari for the Tranquilizer rockets. It has a magnetic crane, the diesel shunter, the two Lomax, all-terrain vehicle, two tanks, a couple of battalions of army men, tan and khaki, some bunkers, and the track mat. And it also has the guide for the large bunker requiring 3 AA alkaline batteries for the sound effects. The tagline, "Take command of your own strike force with this action-packed set." And so what we're going to do with this, we're going to crack it open and get a look at it, give it a run, show you how this one is, and you can compare it with John's Dyno Safari set, which, like I said, came out at the same time. And these had come out, my assumption was to probably increase the exposure of Hornby, kind of cross over into another market, get kids involved, things like that. So let's get this one out, and we'll take a look and see what's in. Okay, also I wanted to show you the back of the box before we delved into it, and it shows the layout. Comes with it: track mat, track, shunter, Lomax, bunker. It goes into the details of the set. Offers buffer light, a working crane with a magnetic, although I really wouldn't want to lift a tank, but hey, let's suspend disbelief. It's got a sliding door for the bunker, battle sounds, which are battery operated through the bunker. Like the Dyno Safari having the dinosaur sounds, this will have battle sounds. Firing missiles. And over here we have the 170 centimeter by 101 centimeter playmat included in the set. Provides a battleground landscape on which to lay your track, stockade, and other action accessories. Let the battle commence. Okay, and what you see here, yes, it's just white cardstock, but lifting this segment up, it reveals the folded track mat, paperwork, Hornby Collectors Club membership application, the list of service dealers, Here we have the folded track mat, and I bought this off eBay, and it really doesn't look like it had been used at all. This is completely pristine. It's absolutely in gorgeous condition. Here we have the Lomax. This I will show you in a second. We have the tanks, the magnetic crane, the rocket launchers with missiles, and the all-terrain vehicles, all housed inside the bunker. And here I assume would be where the batteries go. And this wrapped in the tissue paper is our diesel shunter locomotive. And actually I always love these locomotives. They're basic diesel shunter. You'd probably equate it to what they have now in the railroad series. But it's actually nicely detailed. It's got the I don't know if it'll focus in that well, but it's got the electricity warning. It's got the yellow and black zebra safety stripes. It's got the side rods, and it's marked for BattleZone. This is in a dark green. Probably wouldn't take a lot of work to make this into a period British rail piece. If you painted out that BattleZone or got rid of that and put the BR crests on it. Anyway, that's how this side is packed. And within here, in this section, we have the track. Here is the buffer and the track, which in the US we have a company, Lifelike, which has trains. And let me see if I can zoom in on this. It's not really focusing too well, but it's Lifelike Trains Powerlock track. And I guess this was probably the best option to use for this track mat if they wanted the colored roadbed. The same kind of track that's included in the Dino Safari set. So next phase you will see is the track mat up, the track down, and then we'll get the bunker ready and give it a go and see how it runs. And before I finish out my review of the Hornby BattleZone train set, in the time between me finishing these parts, the Flying Scotsman finished her run, and she made it from King's Cross to York. And as it turns out, she was painted in this manner with that number and crest on the tender. And I have that model saved for the smoke deflectors on the front. However, quite proud that she made her run, the most famous locomotive in the world. And this locomotive I'll show in a later video of it running, and this is one that I found on eBay, which was actually in pieces, and I rebuilt. So I have to finish cleaning that center drive wheel, but everything else, with help of a couple of extra parts I needed online, I was able to get her rebuilt and running. So congratulations to the Flying Scotsman. So now, here we have the Hornby BattleZone train set up, save for a couple items which came in the box. These sandbag bunkers, as well as 00 or roughly HO gauge plastic soldiers, which came in the box. I just didn't want to open them and have them scattered about. I'll probably do that as I'm messing about with this, but just wanted to show you the rest of this train set. Now we have on the siding, we have the vehicles as well as the Lomax that came within the set, and the siding, much like the Dino Safari set, goes up into the bunker and snaps onto the side of it. And almost exact with the Dino Safari, we have missile launchers, a crane with an operating winch, and then we have a ground base missile launcher. So first, let's go ahead and give the locomotive a run, and then we will show you how that goes. She's actually a very smooth running locomotive for a basic level. It's actually pretty good. Actually like how it runs. Now what we're going to do is stop her there and throw the manual turnout. And just to show you, when she goes to pick them up, and throwing that turnout activates the siding. Switch her to reverse, and the light on the buffers goes on. Let's see if she coupled. Yes, it looks like she did. So now we'll switch direction. We'll stall on the point. Let's give her a little more power. And as you can see how the siding is set up, she really can only travel in one direction, but you can have the locomotive pulling in reverse as well. Now while she's running, I'll demonstrate the sound. And so you have it alternating with machine gun, grenade fire, and the missile launching. Speaking of which, we have the missile launchers. Which, when working properly, and the Dino Safari set had the same problem. And the missiles launched over that way very well. Another one on the other side of the track. And then we have the ground-based missile launcher, which when placed in the right spot will launch the missiles right into the bunker. The bunker also has this sliding door to allow for the tanks to go in and out. Speaking of which, this winch, which is something I'm not too sure about doing. I don't know if this would actually have happened. However, it works on the principle of having a magnet in that on the boom section, from the bottom, and then the tanks can be picked up and swung around and dropped in there. And as you can see, they don't really hold too well, but got it in where I needed to. Let's swing this out of the way. The safer method, I've always thought, was sliding this open and then allowing the tanks to go out, closing the bunker. Now let's stop for there. We will switch the point again, switch direction of the locomotive. Bring it back in, up to the buffer. So also what you can do is take the crane and let's work it so it's right there. Move the locomotive up a little to the tank. And this is actually the method I was thinking of for picking up the tank and actually placing it on either side of the track. It still falls with a resounding thud. Wouldn't want to be personnel in that tank. And then you can move the crane back. Now let's reverse the train since I want it up near the buffer. And the Lomax also come with these indented segments. And then you can place the all-terrain vehicles on the train. And these those canvas segments that fall on the back of the HEVs are rather loose, but you can do that as well. And the only thing I've noticed with this crane with the magnet is that the metal chassis of the Lomax, if you've missed the tank or something when trying to pick it up off the car, will actually grab onto the Lomax and start to pull it up off the track. So now we have the two all-terrain vehicles. Let's give her another cruise out. And another run around. Give it a little more throttle. Now she's running urgently because we have and that's pretty much the overview of what the train set has. And here we have the box again, the Hornby BattleZone electric train set. And it's even though it's pretty much, you can't do a ton more with it besides what the set was designed and built for. However, it is quite a lot of fun to run for the play value, and you know, it's actually good if you want to look past the track mat and the bunker and everything, you can place any other 00 HO scale trains on it and run those as well. And the Hornby BattleZone set, it's actually a good amount of fun to run. And thanks again for watching, and I'll have some more of my trains in further installments. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you liked it, click on like below. Leave any comments you might want to leave also at the bottom. Thanks a lot.